Yeah. We're good.
Oh, rickety right. Let's get down into it. It's another week of Edgewood College Rocket League. We got ourselves a doubleheader here tonight. I am your boy Q. We're switching things up a little bit today. Got us a duo cast hanging on the desk with the homie Puma. Puma, how you feeling, big dog?
I'm feeling great right now, especially able to watch this great playing. These two teams, they've played each other very well. The last time that they met, it was 3-1 in the Eagles' favor, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. So, but they were close. They were close games. It felt like either team could have pulled away. So both of these teams are familiar. You're seeing the demos coming out early, trying to create any space. Brian with the flip reset, a double flip reset, can't get anything to go there. But both teams familiar with each other. They've played each other before, and expect some high action gameplay today.
Yeah, it seems like Edgewood has really hit their stride with the addition of Bryant to this trio here for the squad. They've been hitting quite the roles. I'm excited to see as we roll into some WCRL action to kick things off. This will only be a best of 5 to start things off over here. We'll head into best of 7 action over for ECAC at the top of the following hour here. But you did mention we did see the Eagles play up against the Wisconsin UW-Madison Badgers. I think it was rather late in this fall semester, and they did walk away with the dub. So first game sometimes seen as a feeler game, so to speak, but so far so good. I mean, the Eagles have been able to find themselves 2 shots. They've been able to restrict the looks from the Badgers. I'm liking what I'm seeing so far.
As Timmy is going to be able to clear that from the corner, but Fishy throws this one back towards the net, not able to find anything right away, but is just trying to build a little bit of pressure. As with the demos coming out, they're going to be able to take possession in this corner. Fishy, she kind of throws it away. It's a quick shot, and Timmy's able to pounce on that one. A miscommunication in the corner, and Timmy punishes.
Might have taken a little while, just over 2 minutes in game number 1 for the Eagles to strike first, but the Eagles have indeed landed. It's a first early lead here. Let's see if they can continue to run it up. It was shot number 3 that allowed for them to strike gold. They're still doing a great job of hanging a big old 0 in that shot counter over on the Badgers, and they're looking to try and take some more pressure off the kickoff as well.
Good catch by Brian. Going to go up top. Has a flip. Looking for the pounce across the middle. And it's just a little bit too far. But able to steal the boost. So they're going to start the constrictor. They get the demo down low. It's open for a moment. And Timmy's able to pounce on it once again. And doubles up the lead.
Back-to-back goals here. And we do have about 5 seconds until we reach that midway point. So there is still some time for the Badgers to be able to find a response. Unlike our later series, though, when it comes to ECAC action, I sometimes feel like those best of 7s, you can almost throw away an early loss. I feel like in this case, in a best of 5, you'll really love to see the Eagles putting their best foot forward with an early goal. They will concede one here, but the good news with having a 2-goal lead is, at least for now, they still have a lead.
This is a great solo effort by Pops, carrying it from the sidewall to a dangerous territory above the net, not able to find the clear and the finish. Just a great executed play. Puts it back in striking distance, though. Is going to go over to Bryant, who's going to fake it for the meantime to be able to get a little bit of space, but Tricky is going to jump on it. The quick shot, Timmy's there, though, is going to be able to pinch it off the backboard. Going to try taking a lot of space here as Pink's going to come up, as it's going to bounce off Fishy. It's going to be awkward in this corner, but a lucky bounce is going to help clear this one back towards the mid-pitch.
2 minutes left here in game number 1, and it's still the 1-goal deficit. Or should I say, since we're the Eagles team stream, the 1-goal lead here as far as the Edgewood Eagles looking solid here still. I haven't seen as much offense as I would like to see, especially against a team like UW-Madison, but I do feel like we still have time here as far as to continue to try and dissect this defensive sort of setup. They've been able to have plenty of time of possession. It's just, I feel like we could still have acquired an extra shot or 2. Who knows? Maybe that would have led to an extra goal or 2 even. But as we do enter into that final 85 seconds of play, a lead's a lead, Puma.
And as we enter the final 80 here, Timmy takes it up top. A good first touch, but back into a dangerous territory. Bryant, a lot of boost, a lot of space, trying to make something work. Has a flip reset, but Tricky, a good pre-jump, but Pink going to just take this one away. He's going to take this back across, looking for Bryant, going to call their own name. Pink is going to not be able to get there as Fishy gets in the way. Now going up top is Pink. Pink gets it over one, has a little bit of boost left, going for the corner, not able to find it. But Timmy, the passing play, it's a great pass, it's a great save, it stays out of the net. Pink back into the corner looking for the pass back, but Timmy's gonna put this one back over to Pink, but no one there is able to find the quick shot. Actually, I lied. They're able to find a way to get that shot. I thought they might have been a little too far out of position, but I guess it's not out of position if you're Pink.
Making a lot out of a little. Doesn't have much gas in the tank. Has just enough to be able to beat Fishy to that one. And it's now a 2-goal lead. I know some people like to live off the whole 10, maybe 20-second rule to try and say, hey, this is still obtainable if you are the Badgers. But with more time being spent down here on this blue half, it's tougher and tougher for the Badgers to surmount this comeback. Final 30 seconds of play, and it feels like if they don't find a goal on this trip down the field, that should pretty well lock things in for game number 1 for the Edgewood Eagles. And with this clear here, should very well do just that.
A great clear there. It's going to alleviate all that pressure. Fishy has a little bit of a breakaway, but can't find the flip reset. So now it's going to trickle all the way down. A phenomenal game number 1 from Edgewood. You like to see, you know, a little bit cleaned up at the beginning half of the game. They had a lot of great opportunities that kind of just slipped away. But if you're seeing the second half of the game, that's exactly what you're expecting from Edgewood. They're able to make these opportunities from nothing. They're taking the space that is given and punishing from that.
Well, the good news is it ain't about how you start, it's how you finish. It's a 4-1 game here in game number 1, and the Eagles already got themselves that first dub on the scoreboard. Also interesting, too, I had mentioned earlier how strong this team has looked since the addition of Bryant, but it was Timmy leading the way with that 400 score, 2 goals, had 4 shots to their name as well. I think the big thing is really when you compare the shot totals between the two teams. I mean, 10 shots for the side of the Eagles as opposed to just the 3 from the Badgers really kind of tells the tale of game number 1.
That's just, that is going to be the talking point. You got to get more shots on if you want to win games. You can't even say if you scored all 3 of those, you would have won, as you still managed to, you still went down 4-1 in that game. So even if you put all those shots into the net, you still would have lost. You need to get more shots on. There's a lot of great points from both sides for the Badgers as well. They're close, but it feels like they're not close enough just quite yet. They have that little miscommunication. They have that little misfire every now and then, and that's the difference that's been putting them on the back foot compared to Edgewood so far, that has been operating basically off of their front foot. They've been able to get the push, they've been able to get the space, and they've been capitalizing on those trips down.
They've been doing a great job of being able to dictate the pace out on the field. They took the reins relatively early, and then they never relinquished them. It is going to be Bryant finding an early save here for Edgewood. Tricky finds the Kablamo. Ball's popped up in the sky. Pink looks for the double touch, but can't find it. It is going to be a big clear that sends things back down into the Eagles' territory. Pop's not going to be able to chase this thing down. Fishy in the corner, however, is going to be able to gather things up. No gas in the tank, however, which makes it a little bit harder to look for a teammate. It's Pops in the sky. Bryant finds another save, despite the fact that Rocket League not going to give him credit for it. And right now, the defense looking solid to start game 2.
You got to get a clear here, though. So far, Wisconsin's been able to make a little bit of a living inside these corners. You got to find that exit as another 50 comes out. Fishy's going to be able to take a quick shot, as now Fishy's still there. Going to just try corralling it, but Pink's going to be able to strip it away. He's going to go up top. Brian won the headhunt. He's going to make it a 2-on-1. He goes under. It's a fake. It's a beautiful shot into the corner, and Pink is going to score here.
Getting filthy with it. Fake's going up high, drops it down low under Pops, puts it just far enough where Tricky only gets a nose on it, and that's it. This time going to be able to find that first blood in the opening minute of play. Remember, it took them about 2 in game number 1, but they do have to avoid a quick response here from Wisconsin. It's a centering pass. Pops keeps it alive and up in the sky. Tricky drops it down. Bryant going to be able to find the save. That's a savior medal. Only 70 seconds into game number 2 here, Puma.
And on the squishy save, nonetheless, a beautiful effort to keep that out of the net. Now trying to find a reward for their efforts, trying to build anything down low. It's a pass across. Can Pink cut it? A great read there by Wisconsin, though. Sniffs that one out and takes away the opportunity. But Fishy trying to clear this into the corner. Does have a double touch, but it's going to go into a 50 where Timmy's going to look to try passing across. Just a little bit too shallow for them, so now it's going to go all the way back. The demo's coming out. Fishy, the quick shot, and a good save by Timmy. Forces it out to the sidewall, who has a good amount of boost. Is going to look to go off the ceiling. Has the pass across, but no one's home as Brian is electing to keep it a little bit passive, and I don't mind that from Brian in that play.
Yeah, I mean, we've been seeing they've been doing a great job of being able to keep the top on this defense. They have to settle for a little bit of passive plays to keep that being the case. I'm all for it. Remember, we're in game number 2, and I'm trying to think back. I don't think we saw a goal from the Badgers in game number 1. So it's been about a game and a half of play, and they're still looking for their first goal. Not going to be able to find it here as Bryant finds the save.
Trading demos. Going to create an opportunity, but not able to get the double touch, so Bryant takes over. It's going to flick this one up top, and going for the boost here, able to find it, and almost finds the goal with it too, as Tricky was low on boost, and almost couldn't get there. But almost is only good in horseshoes, as now Bryant's going to go up top, trying to find the solid, looking for the pinch. The shot is on, but Fishy, a good save. A little bit of ping pong, trying to gather any space. Pops with a misfire. Bryant out of the corner looking for another misfire from Pops. A good corral on that first one. A beautiful effort, but won't be able to find the goal as a good save on the back half.
Bryant had just enough pep in the step to be able to get the touch to send that towards the corner. Now looking to enter back into the offensive half are the Eagles. Shot on target from Bryant. Not going to be able to find its mark because of the save. Pass back towards the middle. Pink's going to be able to handle it for now, but it's a kablamo from Fishy, which will send him back to the bench temporarily. Final 100 seconds of play here for Edgewood. They do still have that one lone goal, which is resulting in that lead. I thought Bryant might be able to find a second there, but at least they have kept the possession for now.
Bryant, the 50. Pink is there, going for the catch, goes underneath, and Fishy another good stop on the goal line. Tricky going for the big boom, only makes it to the mid-pitch. Going to be able to be sent back in, as now both teams just trying to trade, trying to find a little bit of space, but Pink has a flip reset off the ceiling and is able to find the dunk, so Fishy's going to have to come up here as we move into the final minute of play. Goes around as Tricky misses the first one, another 50 coming out, the bump's coming in, but it actually helps for Pink as they're able to get that 50. Now both teams not able to find a challenging shot just quite yet, as Fishy's going to be able to make that save too.
50 seconds left. They do still have the lead, but only by 1. Here it is. Bryant smacks that thing in from distance. Slots it top right bins. And that's going to give them a 2-goal lead with 44 seconds to play.
A beautiful shot and a powerful one too. 62 miles per hour is going to double up on the lead with 40 seconds remaining. It's a deflating one if you're on the Wisconsin side. That's just one of those goals that's going to take a lot of the wind out of the sails. And now with 40 seconds, you got to respond quickly as a great save comes out from Tricky to keep this one alive. Their hopes just for a little bit. Timmy going for the pass on the infield, but just keeping themselves back a little bit as they don't need one more. They're going to elect for the defensive effort as Pink is going to be able to make that save.
Here's Timmy looking to send it back to the midfield line. Tricky's there to pop it up in the sky. It feels like if you still have a chance, you got to find a goal here. Not going to be the case, and that's a wide open field from coast to coast. Timmy going to be able to find a third, and that should seal the deal.
A great coast-to-coast by Timmy is going to keep this one at a solid 2-0 series lead, moving into game number 3 in this best of 5. And it really felt like Edgewood was on top of things the entire time. They were able to keep the control of pace, they were able to control the pace of play, and they were able to once again control the shot totals. It just outshot once again. And to be fair, Wisconsin did a little bit of a better job there with their shot totals at the end. They had a lot more challenging opportunities, having 6 in total, but you can't have all your shots coming just from Tricky.
Yeah, I mean, when you have only one player being able to produce like that, it does make it relatively easy for the defense to be able to shut down, right? I mean, if only one person's finding offense, hey, you know what? Put a body on him, put him back on the bench off of a demo or even just a simple bump, and that could simply be all it takes. The Eagles have put themselves onto series point. They've got 3 cracks at it here, Puma. And the way that they're looking, I don't think they're going to need more than one.
I agree with that right now. Unfortunately for Wisconsin, they are still just one step behind. They it did feel like they took 2 steps forward in that game, but then they also took 3 steps back. They fixed a lot of the issues with shots. They fixed a lot of the issues with pressure. But then they would have a misfire at a unfortunate time, and you saw once again the Eagles pouncing on that and able to make very quick work off of it.
Well, the good news for Wisconsin is the score of the last 2 games no longer matters. We're going to go ahead and put zeros on either side of the scoreboard. We'll put 5 minutes on the clock as well and head right back out to the pitch for game number 3. It starts off with a fiery shot from Tricky Timmy, going to be able to find the save. They do still have their backs up against the wall, however, as Bryant looks to find the clear. Second touch, going to be able to find the save. And while they may be being challenged, the defense definitely seems to hold the line.
And a good double touch is going to be able to just clear a lot of the pressure too. Bryant's going to take control. The 50 is going to go across as Timmy is not going to be able to get there. I don't know if they got the touch, if the 50 would have gone in their favor, so it might have been more favorable to actually leave that, as Bryant, an opportunity is just going to go across the net side, but they're going to keep the pressure up as Pink has a lot of boost going for the top corner, not able to find it as Tricky makes the save, putting a lot more pressure here, trying to force a double commit, but not able to find it. A good save by Wisconsin there.
First minute gone by, still drawn at 0. That's a big clear. Does that just drop in? Would have if Fishy wasn't there. Kablamo, says Pink, which is going to hand the ball right off to Timmy. Up in the sky, but Tricky going to be able to read it like a book. Takes the cookies and goes the opposite way with it. Fishy tries to assist when it comes to moving this ball towards the Edgewood Eagle net. No dice, and all of a sudden it is a counterattack here for the Eagles. Timmy looks to try and pinch it for a pass, can't quite find it. Pink ends up following it up to put that ball into the middle of the field, but no one's there.
Now, as Bryant's going to go up top, has the flip reset, can't get it over as it gets a little bit discouraged. Both teams trying to find any pressure here. Is now Timmy, 50 boost on the sidewall, looking for the passing play across, gets read out by Tricky. But the boost steal is on. They have the boost advantage, trying to jump on this one. Brian's going to slow this one down for Pink. The pinch into the top corner. Oh my God, that is gross.
Yeah, that thing had some, had a little bit of mustard on that thing, didn't it? Nice little pinch to be able to bang that thing home. Bryant and Pink slotted top bins. And while we might have seen the defense from the Badgers be able to hold the line a little bit, the Eagles able to do what they do best, and that's find those holes and being able to sink those shots. They've got themselves a lead.
Bryant going for the psycho, not able to find it, but cleans it up themselves. As now a pass all the way across to Pink, going to be able to get the mid boost and go up top. It's a pass over to Timmy, who's going to look for the drop down shot, but Fishy a good save, working their way out of the corner. Tricky, able to get it. It's a 1-on-1. It's a 2-on-1 as another person is joining into the fray, but Timmy stands tall in the net. Pops is going to look to pass this one over, but Fishy doesn't have enough boost, so Pink is going to be able to jump up into the play. Just force that opportunity away, and a great defensive stand by Edgewood once again.
Now it's back to the offensive side here for the Eagles. A quick visit, potentially. Yep, Pops is going to be able to chase this thing down into the corner. Hold on. Pink able to step up with a little bit of aggression. Finds the demo. Bryant looks to step up to fire the shot on target. Can't quite find its mark as Fishy was right there to be able to send it aside. It will be Pops up in the sky, but Timmy steps right up on in, fires a shot, and Fishy going to be able to find a save, gets the Savior medal to go along with it as well as we do get ready to enter into our final 2 minutes. Timmy off the top post.
One that you wish you could have back, as it might lead to a implication here. As it stands tall, it's going to find its way into the net. So one that you wish you could have back on the other side, but you got to be able to recover from this, as they just do a great job of swarming in front of the net. Fishy does not let that one go away, as Brian's not able to get the speed on the clear, as now both teams evened it up once again at 1-1 with 1:46 left to play.
It's the closest it's been in quite some time when it's not scored. It's zeros here, Puma. Of course, the Eagles, well, they've looked pretty resilient when they have been tested the few times they have thus far in the spring. It will be Tricky that is going to find a way to take a lead. Let's see if the 90 seconds that are left in the clock are too much for the Badgers, as see if the Eagles can come back here.
As a great play by Fishy does come out, they're able to 50 out 2 different players, take the lead once again. So 2-1, minute 30 left, 96 seconds remain. As 50 not going to be able to be had, but Tricky is just going to kind of throw this one away. It's going to bounce around at the mid pitch, so Timmy's going to go up top, trying to beat Fishy, able to beat one, but Tricky's also there, but Fishy landing on it, so it's going to stay in the corner with Bryant getting the boost steal, slows it down and forces one to jump, looking for the bump, able to find it, but they can't get the final touch on it. This one's going to be able to be found. A beautiful play by Timmy, carrying this one all the way in. I mean, Pink, my fault, and then Bryant, a beautiful shot to be able to be found.
Whether that was a calculated fake or not, it results in the same thing either way. A second goal on the board here for the Eagles, who have been able, with that last shot, to move past Wisconsin when it comes to total shot counter. Of course, it is only just by one, but I feel like when you are able to give yourself more opportunities, that's really putting your best foot forward like you were talking about earlier. A little bit of friendly fire slows down Pink a little bit on the exit in transition. Doesn't prevent them from finding the second touch, however. 40 seconds left. We're still tied up at 2.
Good read by Timmy is going to take away the first opportunity, with Pink going to be able to find a little bit of a clear. Demo coming out, trading demos. 2-on-2 for the second, as Brian is going to just stall for some time. Has the flip reset, able to get it around one and able to 50 another. Timmy's going to have somewhat of an opportunity, but low on boost. So he's going to look to pass this one. Gets it around two. A good read there by Wisconsin to make sure that opportunity does not find the net, as Brian is going to have a save here. Able to catch it, able to bring it around. Final 10 seconds, it's going to be in front of the net. A good save there. And now an opportunity is going to arise from the mist, but Tricky strips it away once again, looking for the kill, able to find it. Overtime in game number 3.
Golden goal scenario. One shot is all it takes to wind down this series. If Edgewood is the one who's able to strike gold, it's going to be Timmy off the sidewall. Him and Pink, 2v1, pass to Pink. Fishy going to be able to find the save. Pops that thing right back towards the midfield line, but that's where Bryant's already at. Fishy steps up, sends that towards the sidewall, and it does look like the defense has been able to weather the storm temporarily, but it's been the pressure from the midfield line that keeps the possession forward. Bryant looks for the double tap, but can't find it.
Now Fishy looking for the long range shot. Tricky's there. It's going to bounce off the crossbar, and it's not going to find its way in. As Fishy's going to have to turn on this one. Is another pass over to Tricky, who's going to look to get the shot on just a little bit off. Bryant's going to be able to take it for the time being. Low on boost, so just going to throw it all the way down. Try to find some boost steal, but Wisconsin able to take it all right away. So Pops is going to have a turnover at the mid pitch. As Timmy, a great pass. Fishy gets bumped off. Pink is there, is going to slow down the play, take it up top where Pops is already up, and a good touch by them as another 50 comes out in front of the net. One more player needs to come up. It's a throwaway right over to Brian, who passes it over to Pink, who goes for the corner. It's a great save right off the corner as now Timmy's there. He's going to float this one in, but Tricky is there. He's going to take it away as Pink is going to look for a double tap opportunity as it gets saved again, and I can't breathe.
Well, they've been able to get the defense to bend, but it refuses to break here. More pressure forward, however, as Pink's up in the sky. Timmy looks to slot that thing underneath, does sail wide as well. It has been Brian a few times as that third back that's kept the pressure alive. Retreat back to the defensive half. This time around, pass off towards Pink will allow them to enter right back in to the offensive pressure. Timmy up in the sky, looks for the dribble, and he's just bigger, he's faster, he's stronger. Boys, sit down as the Eagles walk away with the sweep.
A beautiful play to end it, as it's a dunk on Pops, who had no boost, nowhere to go. Timmy knows it and just beats them to the punchline. Eagles taking this in 3 in a relatively dramatic fashion, I would say. As that game had its ups and downs all the way through, but a sweep's a sweep regardless.
Look, I mean, you mentioned a sweep is a sweep. They definitely saw the Badgers meet with some resistance. Maybe not so much in games 1 and 2, but most definitely there in game 3. I gotta say, if that overtime had gone a little bit different, I could see a world where Wisconsin would have been able to kind of build on that and turn things around, right? You had so much pressure for the Eagles there at the beginning part of that overtime, that if somehow, some way we had seen the Badgers attack on a quick counterattack and find a goal, that very well could have been the catalyst to turning that series around. But instead, Eagles walk away with a sweep on their first series of the day, and well, now they get to hang by and cool off a little bit before some ECAC action here, Puma.
taking it back at sorry, I'm trying to do quick math. 35 minutes from now. Sorry. That's I only had an econ degree. You'd think I'd be able to do math. So as we're gonna take a little bit of a break since it is kind of a far ways away. We're not gonna yap your ear off. So we'll be back here in about 30 minutes with ECAC action. Hope to see you there. Welcome back, everybody. I hope you enjoyed that little break, but we're back with some more action against FIU. FIU this time. Sorry, that's my fault. Join with me, Q. How'd you enjoy your little break?
It was a good little break, but I am excited to get back down into it. I'm old. I need something to keep me entertained when I get to this point in the evening. Otherwise, I start to get a little tired. You know what I'm saying? But I liked
Fair.
what we saw in series number one. It felt like, even with that third game being a little close for, a close call, it never really felt like any of the games got out of the grasp of Edgewood in the sense of it always felt like they were the ones controlling the pace.
Mhm.
Obviously, a new team in series number two, but I think if they come out with that same sort of game plan, I think they should be fine.
I agree with that. Especially looking for those infield passes. They had a lot of success with them. They didn't connect too much on the final score. A lot of the goals were more towards that solo effort, but I liked the idea that they were looking for. They were able to connect. They were able to make a lot of good passing plays. It was just the execution on the final shot, which always just comes with a little bit of time. The first couple of games, you can't always be perfect. So I'm excited to see that pop out a little bit more again this game. So hopefully we'll see a little bit more of that.
I feel like the big thing for me is we've seen with the kind of to reiterate back to the before that first matchup with the addition of Bryant. I know you said that we have seen them have some individual plays, but when their passing plays pop off, Puma, it seems like
Hmm.
that's really when Edgewood really hits their stride. So I would like to see them get more into that ball movement here in series number two. Wasn't really necessary against UW Madison, but who knows as far as for FIU, it's best of seven now that we are in ECAC action. So let's go ahead and get down to it.
As Zernight's going to take a quick shot as Pink is going to be able to make that save, but Kai is already up, going to shoot it low. Timmy takes that one away, not able to get the boost, so Zernight's going to be able to jump on this one already again. A flurry of shots have to be saved away. One more here as Timmy's going to be able to have that one. Zernight floating this one back in themselves as Brian's going to be able to turn this one away. And a great defensive effort in this first 30 seconds.
Good effort, and then they're going to be able to switch the field and be able to very quickly turn defense into offense. It's Timmy being able to keep it alive down the offensive half, able to get the bump on the Zernite, and Pink has a wide open net. At that point, all you got to do is simply able to tap it in, and they do just that.
A great job there. And, they have the dunk, they have the bumps, and now they have another opportunity as Timmy is going to be able to get the 50, but now having control into the corner, looking to go up top. A good read there to just make sure that there's no bad things that come about as Pink slows this one down for a teammate. And it's going to be Timmy who's going to go up top looking for the 50, able to find so. Pink goes for the fake, but no one fooled on that one as now FIU trying to work their way out of their own half once again.
Yeah, we saw early pressure from FIU, but ever since that first goal, it's been all Edgewood. I mean, very briefly crossing the midway point, but Bryant gets the control, looks to fire a shot on the target. That's not going to find the lace just quite yet. We are now 90 seconds expired here into game number one, and it's still the 1-goal lead. Again, a similar sort of look where it was indeed FIU just past the midway point, but the Eagles defense continues with that pressure forward. First opportunity that we've seen in a while, and a shot not even able to develop.
As now Kai is going to take control, is going to go off to the ceiling, looking for the double tap. Doesn't have enough boost to get there, so the passing play is on. It's over to Timmy, who goes for the musty, not able to fully connect on that one. So Drew is going to take this one over. Low on boost, just trying to get around one, able to do so. But Bryant is in the lurking, able to get the first one as Kai's going to go up. It's an awkward touch, but able to find a good pass. Is just a little bit too far off, and now Drew overextends for this one. Puts it over to Bryant. Trying to take the shot down, pitch, the redirect, not able to find the net, put back in front of the net, and that one's off the post, is not going to be able to fall.
Off the post and almost goes along the goal line to the other side of the box, where eventually gets sent back towards the midfield line. Again, though, that third back on the rotation has allowed for them to meet with that initial resistance right around the midfield line for the Eagles. Timmy picks the pockets around the corner, stops Drew from finding any sort of look towards the middle of the field as well. Now it's going to be a quick transition into the blue half, but only for a brief moment. It seems like both teams' defenses are really what's kind of trying to set the tone in this ECAC series.
Pink goes up top, not able to get it around Drew, but it still will be able to float their way in as Kai's going to have to pick it up in this corner. 50 all the way out to Timmy, looks for the quick shot, just a little bit off the mark, but it's going to cause a little bit of mayhem as now Zernite is going to pick this up at the mid-pitch. Pink, a great save off their own backboard, was able to get the big boost, not connecting with the ball though, so Brian's going to have to pick it up as Brian's going to get the next touch. Zernite trying to float it back towards the middle, but it won't be any good as there's no one there in lurk. As Drew puts this one middle. Timmy, almost a phenomenal read on that one, but it goes all the way back into the Edgewood half.
Edgewood now on the defensive side, but still being able to do a really good job of sending pretty well everything over towards the sidewall. No shot on that trip down the field. You figure with 65 seconds left, all you really got to do here if you're the Eagles is just simply play keep away. It's a centering pass. Bryant rises up, not quite going to be able to find the touch. Timmy retreating back into defense super quick here. Shot onto target. Bryant going to be able to avoid the bump and be able to find the save to go along with it.
All the way down, is able to get the boost steal too, so Zernite's going to have to work with limited boost. Cannot get this one out. Bryant and Timmy both up. They're going to bump each other, but it slows each other up just enough to get there as Drew able to make that next touch. Trying to turn defense into offense, but Pink goes up through contact, able to make the play, a flip reset in hand, and able to get a little bit of space. So it's going to go all the way over to Timmy. A misfire there from FIU, so Timmy's going to be able to have a little bit of space. Flip reset, claim some more space, over one, but not over two as it floats back up top. The double tap a little too strong, and it might be a coast to coast with the final 10 seconds, and it's going to find a shot into their own net.
Timmy's almost able to find a way back because they did pick up that front right boost pad, the big pad, but ends up having just not enough. Watches that thing, I'm sure, almost like a nightmare where that's in slow motion. You can't get quite going as the ball crosses the goal line. 7 seconds left, though, maybe last second play. Pink fires it on, and right up off of the kickoff, it's going to be Edgewood finding the lead.
A beautiful job by Pink to just put this one in with 4 seconds remaining. A kickoff goal, but you can't let up the pace just quite yet, as it could happen to you. The kickoff comes off into a neutral formation as Brian's going to look for a quick shot to enable to double it up and taking a 2-goal lead with, what was it, 10 seconds left? It was 1-1, and now going to end it 3-1.
You know, I think the official count was 8 seconds, and that's got to be a little demoralizing, if we're being honest, over for the FIU side. Just when you thought you were going to overtime, all of a sudden you're down by 2. Can Timmy keep this up? Maybe even add one more for the road.